Hey guys, what's up? I'm just from MLB Baseball Blogs here with Richard and Tim. Tim, what's going on, bro? Richard, how you doing?
Doing good. I'm in a good mood, man. Baseball season getting going.
Doing good. Let's get to work.
Today we have our National League predictions. We're gonna go through the 4 teams in the NL and who's going to be winning this division, on who's gonna be winning their league. So let's start off with the wild card team. We predicted that it's going to be the Atlanta Braves, and the Braves are going to be taking on the Phillies. I personally think that the Phillies are going to outbeat the Braves. Richard, who do you have?
I don't know the Phillies. If by that time Chase Utley should be back. The Phillies.
Sam, who do you have?
Are we talking that specific series or what we see actually happening?
We're going to talk series by series. Right now we're doing the NLDS. Who do you guys have? We have Braves and Phillies. That's our prediction.
Okay, so I'll go off what you guys are saying. I'll bag mine. Here's what I think. I'm not sure Chase Utley will be back at that time, but the pitching in a 3-game series is just too good. It is. I can't see anyone in the NL beating them. I got the Phillies.
Do you think that Chase Utley is going to be out for the season, or is he going to get re-injured and be out for the playoffs? What's going on, Tim?
Well, if he's not there, then by then, yes, he will be out for the season. I mean, it's starting to look more and more like that. At this point, from what everyone's saying, is if he can't come back now, if he decides to get a surgery in like a month, he won't be back the entire season.
All right. Who is the key factor in the NLDS for the Phillies and Braves series?
For me, for the Phillies, it's Ryan Howard. I'm not worried about the pitching. Ryan Howard has gotten labeled as a terrible playoff player. The bottom line is this guy has been an NLDS and NLCS MVP. I mean, he's streaky in the playoffs. I think he's a key player for them, though.
Who is your key player for the Braves?
I'm going to go with Derek Lowe. If he's able to be a legit pitcher, I think the Braves could compete in that series.
Richard, who do you got, bro? Who's your key player for the Phillies and Braves? Starting off with the Phillies.
For the Phillies, I'm going to go with Jimmy Rollins. He won the MVP award in 2007. I think if Chase Utley is out by then, Jimmy Rollins has to step up in a big way in almost every facet of his game. Ryan Howard is another key player, but I think Jimmy Rollins is more a key player. And for the Braves, that's a tough one. I'll go with, let me think here. Oh, Derek Lowe, too. I mean, he's a veteran guy. He's an ace of the squad. He can be shaky at times, but then he can be really good. I'll go with Derek Lowe as well.
Alright, going over to the Phillies on my player to watch in that series against the Braves, I'd actually have to agree with Richard here. I think Jimmy Rollins is the guy you have to see. This guy can steal bases sometimes. He has a good average. I think that, not being a Phillies expert, but Tim is, I don't really watch Phillies. I'm not a huge fan of the Phillies, but I have to say with Jimmy Rollins. Going over to the Braves, I have to say it's going to be their hitting with Dan Uggla. Their pitching is a key factor though for the Braves because you got Hudson, you got Hanson, you also got Derek Lowe, Jair Jurgens. I think because their pitching is going to be good, I have to say it's going to be Uggla because this guy can hit home runs, this guy can hit for average, this guy has been really good with the Marlins, but in his first season, I think that Uggla is going to be pretty decent. So that's my guy to watch for the Braves. Guys, who wins this game out of 5 games? And what are your predictions of this game?
I'm going to take the Phillies in 4 games. I mean, this probably won't even happen. It's so tough to predict from there, or from this far away. But I think the pitching will falter in one of those games. It'll probably be Game 3. I wouldn't be surprised if Cole Hamels is actually pitching that game, not Oswalt. The bottom line, you're not going to beat this pitching in a 5-game series.
In my opinion, Tim, I think you're being a little bit too generous. Bring out the brooms. I mean, if you're going to face Halladay, Lee, and potentially Hamels in a 3-game series, you're done. I mean, even though the Braves are a pretty decent team, You know, they got some good pitchers with Tommy Hanson. They got a pretty nice bullpen. Still, I got the Phillies in 3. Sweep.
I'm gonna have to say with Richard, it's going to be a sweep. I think that the with the Phillies pitching rotation, if they're healthy, Halladay, you got Cliff Lee, you also got Roy Oswalt and Hamels. That is an awesome pitching rotation. I say the sweep's going to be going on. So on to the NLCS, we have the Philadelphia Phillies. On to the other part, the game number 2 of the NLDS. We're off to the Brewers and the Rockies. Brewers have a hot team, so does the Rockies. A lot of people are saying that the Rockies are going to be winning. We had a hard time thinking about who's going to be in this squad. Is it going to be the Giants or is it going to be the Rockies? Before we get to our prediction, who should be rightful in the NL West, guys? Should it be the Giants or should it be the Rockies?
I think that it will be the Rockies. I think the Giants are a bit overhyped coming this season. I mean, a lot of people want to sit here and say, well, that's only because they beat the Phillies. No, it's really only because I think the lineup caught fire last year. I don't think it's going to do that this year. I think the pitching, I don't know. I mean, I just see something going wrong for them, whether that's Lincecum or Kane, I don't know. But I think that the Rockies are going to surprise a lot of people. Chacin for them is actually supposed to be a really good pitcher, so we'll see.
I like the Rockies too. Their rotation lacks some depth. As you know, they have, I think his name is Esmail Rogers as their 5th starter, whoever that is. But I think the Rockies will win this division. Giants are the same team from last year. I think that the Rockies will win this division.
I have to agree. My dad cooking for the Giants. I've been seeing the Giants games somewhat a lot. I'm gonna have to say with the Rockies because, as you guys, I just have to go with the Rockies. I mean, everybody has their allegiance to the Rockies, and they're gonna win because Cargo and Tulo. But the other down part is this team has decent pitching, but not enough because they're only pretty much their main ace of the squad is Ubaldo. If I'm wrong, please correct me, Tim or Richard. I've got to give it to the Rockies, but Ubaldo's going to be the top guy. The Giants...
Just one thing to jump in there. I mean,
that's fine.
Even if Ubaldo's all they have right now, I would certainly say that this team has the potential to go add someone. I mean, we've heard that they're interested in adding a Michael Young type. I mean, if they can afford to do that, you'd think they could afford to add a starter.
Yeah. So, on to the Brewers and the Rockies. I got a game 1. I think the Rockies are going to take game 1. This is all pending if anybody in their pitching rotation is going to be hurt and in their hitting. I say game 1's going to the Rockies. So what do you guys have in this series? I just think the Rockies are going to win game 1, just to throw something out right now.
I don't. Whether it's Giovanni Gallardo or Zach Greinke taking the mound in that game, Ubaldo Jimenez he has not been good in the playoffs in his brief time. I think he faced the Phillies the other year and he just did not pitch well at all. And B, I don't know, but I think he's kind of been a second half choker in a lot of senses, and I don't have great confidence in picking him.
Yeah, I'll go with I'll take the Brewers in game 1, but I think the Rockies will win this in 5. I don't know. I think the Rockies, it's their year to make something happen. I like the Brewers a lot, but I don't know. When you have a guy like Yuniesky Betancourt at shortstop, and I mean, they have some pretty nice depth in outfield. They have a pretty nice bullpen, but I'm going to give it to the Rockies, even though they're really understaffed as far as starting pitching goes.
Yeah. I mean, this Rocky squad is understaffed. I mean, Julius Chastain, if you guys saw my 30 Club 30 recaps Rockies, I still don't think that Julius Chastain should be in their rotation. I'm thinking they should get, just to throw something out there, I think they should bring their top pitching prospect in, Rex Brothers, probably put him in the bullpen or maybe put him in the rotation. I still don't think Chastain has what it takes to be in the rotation. I think this guy...
I gotta disagree, though. Chastain is supposed to be one of the best prospects in baseball, have filthy stuff. I mean, he's their number 3 star. I think when you're the number 3 star, it's pretty obvious you should be in the rotation.
Alright, well, that's your guys' prediction. I know you guys are going to be bad-mouthing me on these comments on why is Chastain so bad. Look at his stats from last year. I still think he's kind of bad, but correct me if I'm wrong. He could raise my eyebrow this season. I could be changing my mind about this guy. I just have to wait on what he brings to this squad in this new season. Tim, We heard Richard say that the Rockies are going to take this in this 5-1 or 5-2. Who do you have? Who do you have winning this series?
I guess it goes back to the pitching depth. I think the Brewers will add some, and I think the Rockies will probably add some. But if the Brewers can add another pitcher, I mean, this is a dangerous team. I'm going to go with the Brewers in 4. I think their pitching. The biggest question for me is there's been a lot of people saying that Zach Greinke can't handle the pressure of a big game. I don't know how they would know that considering he's pitched for the Royals his whole career, but, that's something to look out for.
Yeah, I actually have to split this down. I don't know how much to put this. I mean, both team has awesome players. Both team has great pitching. Ubaldo's mayonnaise for this Rocky squad. You also got Markham. You got Greinke for the Brewers. You got Gallardo. I don't know who to put it down to, but overall, I have to give it to the best team with the best pitching. I'm going to have to say the Brewers, and I think it's going to be NLCS, Brewers, Phillies, but we're going to go with the guy who's talked about the NL. We're going to go with Richard. He's going to play the Rockies, so that's where we're going to leave it. We're going to have to say the Rockies. That's just my prediction, so Richard predicted that the Rockies are going to take the Brewers, so guys, that is our NL division on who's going to be making the World Series. So we have the Colorado Rockies winning the National League. I don't have it either, but Richard said it's going to be the Rockies. We'll talk to you guys soon. Next up, we have the American League, the team that I talked about. I had a lot of questions about the wild card, so hear what our wild card is. We'll talk to you guys soon. The next video will be posted up within the next 15 minutes. We'll talk to you guys soon. Have a great week, and baseball season is tomorrow. Have a great day, guys. Talk to you guys later.